The technology changes, but the psychology doesn't change. And whether you're selling in Germany or the US or the UAE or Spain or India, humans are humans all over the planet. And so if you know how to reach that underlying psychology, you can do amazing things. In the US, we have big cylinder water heaters. Taking one of those and sawing it in half with a chainsaw, like what you cut down a tree with, and then looking how dirty and grimy and everything is in there, and like how gross it is, all the stuff, and saying, this is what's in your house, this is what your children and your wife and it's in your water. You need our water filter because it takes all this stuff out. And you're like, holy shit. I didn't know that was, I had no idea. I'm buying this filter right now, and even though the ones that I have is probably still working. So that's an example of how you actually create that. You can do that for any product category.
We are here with Kevin King from $1 Billion Summit, and we want to ask him some questions. The topic of your speech will be how you can use psychology to increase your sales. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so, you know, I'm known for hacks. You guys are the AMZ hackers, and everybody's always looking for that really quick like fix or that cool thing that's going to give you that little edge. But the problem with hacks, and people love them, and I still give them, but they're short-lived. So I'm going back to the fundamentals, and human psychology hasn't changed in thousands of years. The technology changes, but the psychology doesn't change. And whether you're selling in Germany or the US or the UAE or Spain or India, humans are humans all over the planet. And so if you know how to reach that underlying psychology, you can do amazing things. So I'm going to be showing a lot of really cool examples of how you can actually use psychology, marketing psychology, to actually improve your e-commerce and your Amazon sales, whether that be through creating problems that customers didn't even know existed, and then you're the solution to that problem, or maybe like, how do you use sound? Sound is one of the most important things in selling, and people are like, well, I can't use sound, it's on Amazon. Actually you can. And so I'm going to show you how to use sound in selling. I'm going to talk a little bit about AI and the impact that AI is having right now, and how AI is going to probably change all of our lives as sellers. And I'm going to show you why you need to know these fundamental marketing principles, and it's how it's going to actually help you get the results that you want out of AI, and to use it as a better tool in the future. So and then I'm going to show you some very specific examples of like how to write things, how to like change things, some cool little, like, I guess you would say, hacks of advertising. And we're talking about the 2-second rule, and that's not the 2-second rule in bed for the guys. That's the 2-second rule. You have 2 seconds to actually capture someone's attention, not just to stop them. You can stop them in 2 seconds and make them stop the scroll, but in 2 seconds you got to convey your message. And if you can't do that in an ad or an image or a video, then you're leaving a lot of opportunity on the table. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and how you should actually flip the way we choose products on its head. Actually, you know, right now we use tools like Helium 10, which is a great tool, and we find opportunities. And we find like, where are the keywords that, you know, I can have opportunities I can sell on. Maybe that's not the right way to do it. Maybe the right way is actually create your advertising first, and then go find a product to match your advertising. I'm going to show you why that could be a really powerful strategy. So a lot of stuff like that.
And how do you choose the advertising? By identifying the problem?
Yeah, you want to, all products need to solve a problem. And so you identify the problem, or you create a problem. In some cases, there's problems that exist that customers don't know. I'm going to give you an example in my talk of a water filter in a house that cleans the water. And someone on Amazon is showing a nice water filter, shows a nice video with clear, clean water going through it. All the impurities are taken out. All looks great. It's well done, but that's not how you sell it. Because not everybody realizes, not everybody's like, you're probably not like, well, I need a new water filter for my house. When the one I have breaks, maybe I'll be in the market to buy one. But if I show you a video, and that's what I'm going to show you in the presentation, if I show you a video of someone taking one of those big, I don't know if they have them here in Europe, in the US we have big cylinder water heaters. Taking one of those and sawing it in half with a chainsaw, like what you cut down a tree with, and then looking how dirty and grimy and everything is in there, and like how gross it is, all the stuff, and saying, this is what's in your house, this is what your children and your wife and it's in your water. You need our water filter because it takes all this stuff out. And you're like, holy shit, I didn't know that was, I had no idea. I'm buying this filter right now, and even though the ones that I have is probably still working. So that's an example of how you actually create that. You can do that for any product category.
So you show the problem, then create urgency by images?
You do it by images, by video, by sound. I'm going to show you how to do all of that.
Amazing.
And by the keyword, the words you use in a title.
Yeah.
You should spend about 80% of the time when you're doing advertising on the headline, whether that's the subject line of an email or the top line in the email once you open it, or if it's an advertisement, the big headline, you know, that's on there.
Yeah.
Not all the other copies. That is so crucial. I'm going to show you why and some examples of that too.
A question I asked Bradley also was, what do you see in 2025? Which major topics may change?
Well, I see one of my things I think is you're going to have a lot of sellers that are very successful now that maybe say doing $5 million a year. I think over the next 1 to 3 years, a good percentage of those sellers are going to go to $500,000 or 500,000 euros. Because they're not paying attention to where the puck is going. They're currently sourcing and doing things the same old way, and AI is about to change everything. And right now on Amazon, you got to use tools like Helium 10. You know, and you got to straddle this line. So tools like Helium 10, where you actually are looking for keyword opportunities and you're looking for that. But in the old way is people bought based on keywords. The new way is people buy based on intent. And now the AI is taking a look at your Q&A because they trust the Q&A more than they trust the seller, because the customers are going to say it like it is. You're going to bullshit it. Yep. So they looking at the image and what is in that image, and the props that you have in an image could make a difference in how you rank.
Yeah.
So it's all these little details, and right now we're having to kind of straddle the line, but it's going to start going more and more towards the AI. If you're not paying attention to that, you're going to get left behind. And if you're not paying attention to what's coming this year, you asked me the question like this year, agents are going to be a hot thing. AI agents, and I'm going to show you in my talk a little bit about that. I'm not going to go into detail, but a little bit about that. How it's going to be speed to market, and how there's tools right now like Google AI Studio and Gemini's deep research that you can use, where it can actually do predictives. You can go in there, if you prompt it properly, you can actually have it analyze the past on Amazon or Shopify or wherever you're selling, and then tell me what's probably going to happen 6 months from now. And then you can start developing products based on what's going to happen 6 months from now versus what happened in the past. And you might miss it 10, 15% of the time. The AI might screw it up, but most of us screw up more than that anyway on our products. So you're going to be right time, right place if you use these tools right. And you can tie agents in that are doing all this stuff where you have one agent that's your research agent, one agent that's monitoring your trends, one agent that's talking to Gemini deep research and figuring this stuff out, another one that's tying into Helium 10, another one that's tying into Seller Central, another one's tying into social media people, and they're all talking to each other behind the scenes, working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you're just monitoring it, or one of your employees is just monitoring it. And the speed to market is going to be crucial. And you're going to see a lot of people coming with ideas, and it's out in a week or 2 weeks, especially with print on demand, at least testing. Yeah. And a lot of sellers are going to be caught with their pants down. So I think that's coming, and the sophisticated sellers that are on the cutting edge are going to dominate in this.
Do you think that supply chains will change even?
Yeah, supply chain AI is going to drastically improve supply chains, because it's going to be able to nail. You look at what they're doing with weather right now. With AI is much more accurate in predicting weather, especially 3 to 5 days out. So AI is going to affect supply chain, and you're going to have an AI agent that actually talks to your supply chain. Maybe it's an Alibaba agent, and all it knows is Alibaba. And so when one of the other agents finds an opportunity, it's going to tell the agent that works on Alibaba, go talk through APIs and stuff, and go talk to the factories and find the best factory that can make this. It's going to do all this in a matter of minutes versus you having to spend weeks. Write the emails, contact them, get the quotes, get everything. It automatically organizes it all. So when you log in every week or you get your weekly report, everything's done right there. Like, shit, I should be selling these microphones. Yeah. And I need to go to this factory, because this is the best quote, the best shipping, they can get to me the fastest. So all that supply chain stuff is in maximizing. You should ship it this way using this carrier. Don't use Merrick or whatever, use this line, use this one, fly it in, it makes sense. All that kind of stuff is going to change.
So where will the difference be between the successful and unsuccessful sellers? Will it be the adaptability to AI that will make them so effective?
Yeah, I think if you're not paying attention right, you don't have to be an AI expert. Yeah. You just need to be a couple hours ahead of the next guy, 2 hours ahead of the next guy, because AI is changing so fast and so rapidly right now that as long as you stay in 2 hours ahead, you're going to be fine. And I think that's where a lot of sellers, they're dabbling. You hear a lot of AI buzz in the Amazon industry, and people are using ChatGPT to help write emails or to analyze their PPC or to do some, but that's baby stuff compared to what you can actually do if you really get into it. And that's part of my presentation, is if you understand the psychology behind it. The problem with most AI, most people go on chatbots, they tell the AI what to do. You don't want to tell it what to do. You want to tell it what result you want, and let it go do it. Yeah. Because it can do it better than you. So if you tell it, I want to create a product that looks like this and blah, 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 and blah, 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 versus if you say, I want something that evokes this emotion and captures it within 2 seconds, and everything I'm going to show you in the psychology, let it go and do all of its research and all of its vast data, and it will come back with probably something that will blow your mind. And if you approach it from that point of view, your chance of success and staying ahead of your competition go way the hell up.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Kevin.